Hello, and welcome to a new episode with your host, Vinney Chopra. I'm so excited to have you here as we dive deep into the world of real estate investing, syndications, abundance mindset, and building generational wealth. We are excited to be in the top 1.5% of the real estate podcasts. Got number 11 actually out of top 50 real estate syndication podcasts. Thanks to you. Each episode, we bring powerful insights, expert guests, and actionable strategies to help you take your investing game to the next level. Whether you are a seasoned investor or just getting started, if you love what you hear, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media so that we can never miss an episode. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable content with more people like you. Now let's jump into today's episode. Thank you.
Welcome back, Alchemist. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Chopra, who's just on fire this morning. This is Wealth Principle number 7. Abundance Thursdays, we do this every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. EST on the West Coast. So Abundance Thursdays, we try to tackle one of these wealth principles and also bring some of your positivity to it. Principle number 7 is who has your money? Who has my money? Who has your money? Grant Cardone popularized this, and he made it sound very greedy. Who has my money? And there's a lot of judgment that Grant gets. But we actually are using this as a business principle. And it's a real business principle. We're going to go through it the same way. For anybody who doesn't know who Vinney is, we do this on Thursdays because Vinney came to this country with $7. He built a wonderful portfolio, over $1 billion, in multiple different types of real estate, not just one. He's done it through hospitality, through multifamily, through senior assisted living. He used to flip single-family homes and eventually said, wow, this doesn't work.
And build also, and
develop and build. And one of the cool things is that his wife said, you're not allowed to spend any money on multifamily. You get $1,000, that's it. And he was able to build a $1 billion portfolio that
in 1 year. Oh no, 10 years.
Over 10 years.
I've been in it for 20 years.
In 1 year, you acquired over 100 units. Your first year of multifamily, you acquired over 100 units. Started with a 14-unit building, I believe it was.
14-unit building, that's
and then Texas. 2 days later, you closed on 140 something units.
109 units.
109.
Along with 100 storage units.
So for anybody just logging in, who's this Indian guy and this bald white guy? These guys I'm a student of Vinney's. And last night we found out that 2 of Vinney's students, not me, 2 of Vinney's students closed on multi-million-dollar deals. And Vinney, what you know or may not know is that me and Dave Mulvaney are actually friends. He's been in part of my mentorship for a little while, and he texted me and said, hey, because I texted him, I said, hey, Vinney just told me that you closed on the winery about time. Because I was ready to invest with him. I was going to do that deal with him. And I just said, congratulations. And he said, bro, add me to your list of millionaires. He said, one more millionaire.
I love it. This is so exciting. Ankur and David were in the car when they joined, because I do Mastermind 4 p.m. PST every Wednesday. So it was going on with my other students in there. And they just popped in. I said, hey, Ankur, how are you? He says, Vinney, you're not going to believe it. And then he put David Mulvaney on the camera. He was driving and so forth. And then we talked, and they just closed on the winery, which has got the banquet hall there. It's got also beautiful grounds, so many acres.
And cottages, little single-family homes.
Yep. So that's very exciting. And seller
Vinney, when they brought this deal, and seller finance, yes. When they brought this deal, I said, man, like I would just love to own a winery. Like it doesn't have to provide a strong return. I would just love to say I'm invested in a winery. It would round out my portfolio in a really cool way. So it's all right. Next time.
I was telling them yesterday, hey, did you pick up some wine bottles for Vinney Chopra? I love wine. I think I'm going to go up there and stay at their lodging also. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to celebrate together. Then, of course, Thomas and Franco, they closed on their 10 units last week, which is exciting. And they are almost LOI accepted on the 40 units. So that's very
they're following Vinney Chopra's model, right? You can go after the big buildings, go after the small buildings. Don't miss out on an opportunity. And
Yes,
if you get both, cool. You close on the small one, then you close on the big one. But the idea of the
totally.
small one is you could do it with your own capital. The idea of the
Yep,
big one is you need to bring other people in. But
yep.
a lot of people start, and this is for anybody who's never heard like Vinney Chopra speak before. A lot of people start trying to aim at like really big properties that they just don't know if they can swing it. They don't have the reputation, they don't have the key principles, all the stuff.
Mm.
But if you aim at something small and at something big, even if you can't land the big one, at least you absolutely can land the small one. Absolutely get a
Wow,
multifamily.
exactly. And I always suggest that if you're newbies, please don't take that 100, 200, 400 units. A lot more complexities come there. And you got to start small, but then scale up. The beauty of scaling up is syndication or funding through the SEC ruling and all that. Learn that trick. That's why I wrote that book, Apartment Syndication Made Easy, which has been a
Right
top
there.
seller
Right.
for the last five,
Yeah,
6 years.
your books are all right here in my purple section. I got all your
Thank
books right
you.
there.
Right there, then my senior living, then my, of course, the positivity book, my
Positivity brings
hospitality book
profitability.
will be put right
Coming
there.
soon.
I'm revising. I want to give the best of the best. I've been in hospitality for 7 years now. So it's very exciting for me to learn from the grassroots what we take, how to underwrite, how to find deals. And that's why I want to talk to you about. We wrapped up on the Plano, Texas Marriott Courtyard. We got the LOI accepted for a hotel in your backyard. What? Tampa, Florida.
No way. No way. It's so hard to get into Tampa real estate.
Oh,
Absolutely
you'll be
amazing.
so
Hold on.
excited.
Is it
My,
under agreement? Is it
it is
or
under
can we?
agreement. We are working. Its LOI is accepted, off-market deal, and nobody can take it away from us. And we are just contracts with the attorneys. We are talking, and we got 60 days due diligence and 30 days after that close. So 90 days. Today is the middle of December, whatever it is. I'm sure we'll be all proud owner
All
by
done by
middle of
March,
March. Middle of
April,
March.
somewhere in
Yep.
that timeline.
Yep.
Wow. So
Maybe
Vinny,
even
and I don't
earlier.
want to.
Maybe earlier. I closed on my Austin deal in 54 days from the day of the contract. 54 days. I closed Bentley in Orlando in 56 days. So I have record of blazing speed. Actually, we
Vinny,
got
my audience is listening to you right now and saying, Vinny, you take so long to close on your deals because these are single family guys, right? Single family
sorry.
guys and gals and families and couples. So can you explain, this is totally different from today's wealth principle, but can you explain for a second
Yeah.
why in commercial closing in 57 days is considered outrageously lightning fast?
It is. It is. The thing is, in my situation, my partner's situation, we are so strong financially and net worths and everything. We don't have to seek out at all. So we start talking to the lender right away. I've closed on 42 deals because I get my lender to approve my loan before the contract is totally solidified. Wait a minute. That's just the purchase contract. And I have the loan already solidified. So that's the speed we go with. Due diligence, we have already done underwritings. We have looked at all the financials. We know this deal is smoking hot. $6 million revenue per year. It's cash flowing machine. And the PIP is not needed, only 500,000 or something. Very little. Yes, 5,000,
I just realized we can get away with talking about this because who has my money is the bank. Here's an answer. The bank has your money to go buy the deal. Now, when you talk about PIP, this is a word that's, again, from the hotel space. A lot of people aren't going to know what that means.
Yeah.
What is a PIP?
PIP is like CapEx, just like in multifamily, in storage, in any kind of commercial real estate. It's the extra money that sometimes you need to renovate. That's PIP, property improvement plan. It's called in the hospitality terms, or CapEx, it's called in other commercial terms.
I love this. It's so you go to the banks. Now, when you're buying these hotels, it's
Yes.
different from what we're doing in the multifamily space. I know we use non-QM lenders. We use companies like Renovo or Dominion Financial, or smaller investors will use companies like Kiavi who do 4 families and down. What kind of lenders are you using? What, like these are bridge
CMBS.
lenders, bridge and
It will
gap
be
lenders.
CM. No, we don't do bridge lenders because it's stabilized asset. We do bridge when we don't have stabilized assets. This is 87% occupancy average. So it's a beautiful nugget. We
Which
got
adds to why commercial takes so long to close, right? Because
yes,
57 days is such a tight time frame for permanent financing. For
yeah,
agency lending, you're going to
agency.
agency, you're going to Fannie Mae,
Yeah.
Freddie Mac. Is that
Yes, or CMBS. In the hotels, they love to give. So we got a good quote already, 6%, 6.5%, very good interest rate. We love it. It's going to be close.
CMBS is
BS,
different from CBRE?
yeah,
Who is
CBRE is a
CMBS?
broker. Yeah, CBRE is a broker that sells the properties and all that. But CMBS is the commercial loan side of the business. Yeah, we don't want to go too much detail, but the
No, because
exciting
that's a
thing is,
whole, yeah.
yeah, the exciting thing is because it's a 506C, I can talk about it. We got the LOI accepted last Friday. Today's Thursday, lightning speed. We have the brochure out, underwriting templates, everything, pictures, you name it. I'm meeting. I already met 2 days back with my partners. They are committing $3 million already. I'm meeting today at 10 o'clock after this show for another partner who is thinking to bring in $1 million into this deal. We may not even need anybody else, literally. So the exciting thing is when your vision is right, when your mindset is right. I mentioned to you that maybe 4 hotels in 2026 or 7. I gave a number 7, but how you start to visualize it, things happen. So we know for sure this is a go, and we have 4 more hotels we are looking at right now. So it's not good to just stop and look at one. You got to keep on underwriting.
This is powerful. So we've talked about, let's call it the money to buy the deal. This is the money to buy the deal. Who has my money? We're going to continue through this.
Yeah.
There's a cap stack here. You just developed a cap stack. Just in this conversation, you said, look, we're going to go to CMBS,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
we
yes,
have private in our partners. We've talked now
yes.
people who we're going to bring in as LPs.
Totally.
Who are going to
Yep.
finance the rest of this project. So that's a cap stack. That's down payment plus
Senior
limited
loan,
PIP.
senior
Yep,
loan,
a senior
and the
loan.
LPs. Yep, 70-30 split or something. So leverage is a huge thing in commercial and in every kind of real estate. In stock market, you can do margins and options and all that stuff. But in real estate, the bank comes along, or Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac comes along. They say this deal is so good, we'll finance you 70% or 75%. Actually, my Bentley over there at Maitland in Orlando, they financed 84.16% for me. What? Penny Mae. That's what it is. And I had to bring in so little down payment. That's the beauty of to have some good credits, good ambience, good everything, good story. Then the banks want to take bigger risks on you.
And
If
these
the
are
deal
nicer
is done,
assets. When the
yeah, these are
asset
nicer.
is
Yeah.
stabilized, Fannie Mae wants it. When the asset's
It's
not
only 8 years
stabilized, they're
old.
like,
8 years old
yeah,
asset. What can go wrong in 8
that's A
years? Nothing.
class. That's technically A class, built within 10 years. So, Vinny, you're
Yep.
leveling up.
Yep.
There's other types of money. And you
Mhm.
talk about your 4 layers of gold or 4 levels of gold, 4 types of gold.
Yes.
These are people who have your money also. So to follow this principle, for anybody who's just jumping in, we're talking about, because people ask all the time, oh, how do I get more money? How do I get more money? How do I get more money? Or I
Yeah.
want money to come to me passively. And we just talked about 2 forms of passive income. Senior debt
Yes.
is one, and then coming in as a limited partner. These are passive income streams. And a lot of
Yes.
people will say, oh my God, I don't have the ability to be a senior debt partner. You probably do on something smaller. What we're talking
Yes.
about is we're talking about multi-million-dollar deals. The largest senior debt private money lender I've had has been a $500,000 private lender. That's the highest
Love it.
I've done in my business. But I have friends who have $1 million and $2 million that are private lenders.
Sure.
Vinny's, what's the largest? Because you're talking about 3 million, the largest LP you've ever had in one of your deals.
I would say probably the largest in one deal has been million. I think million.
A
I'm
million.
trying to think.
A million.
But
'Cause you
several
have-
at the 500.
You have
several,
people who
several.
separate and diversify across different deals that they're doing with you.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
ultimately, they may have more with
Yeah.
you,
I think
but they're
6
diversified
billion.
across different assets.
Yeah. Different assets, maybe 5 to 6 billion. It might go higher and higher now because we are buying so many. Yeah, cash flowing.
Before we get into your four types of gold, the four layers of
Yes.
gold, I'd like to find out, why does a person diversify across Vinney Chopra $6 million? Like, why does a private lender, why is that smart? Like, why should they do that instead of 6 million on one loan or one
Oh
deal or one
no, no,
asset? Why
no,
is it
never.
smarter to diversify across multiple different
Totally.
assets?
Diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I say that always to my investors, even those who want to put 500, I say, why don't you break it in two hotels, 250, 250, like that, or million, break it into 500, 500, or if they have many millions, put million, 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 like that. The key thing is even 100,000 investor. You want to diversify. Check who is the operator, how many people are on the top, are they, how long they've been working together, what's their track record, what's their experience, all those things count. Don't give away money, just like last week we talked about. Don't give away money fast. Do not give your money because somebody came overnight and said, hey, this is the nicest butter bread, whatever knife, slice of butter.
Oh,
No,
I need
no,
the money tomorrow.
run, totally run. Oh my gosh, I got a deal. Somebody said, Vinny, we want to close middle of January. I said, hold on. How much are you looking for? $9 million. I said, take a hike.
Yo,
You have not even put together the investors base and you want to close
yeah,
on such a big deal? This is totally ridiculous. And many
yeah.
times they say, oh, I've got so much money coming over here. Zero. They're just trying to tell you the urgency so that you could write that check quickly. Never do that. Never ever do that. Take your time. Take your sweet time to show the packet, the legal paperwork, and everything to your CPA, to your attorney, to your pastor, to your family. Everybody should know before you invest into any deal.
I love that. It's a thing that I see a lot of people doing in secret, and then they bring me in as a consultant for having lost money. And so I'm sitting down, I'm like, oh, what happened here? I did this. You didn't tell your wife about this one? No, I didn't tell my wife about this one. Wow, that's crazy to me. You didn't go to your
Hmm.
CPA, you didn't go to your attorney, you didn't check in on these things. It's okay. That might have been where we went wrong. What other investor did you talk to about this? And they didn't. I've seen it a lot in what I've been doing this year. And Vinny, it's a mess out there.
And I
And
would
I know you
say
and I
the
focus on
private
positivity all
investors,
the time, right?
the,
We
the, the
do.
LPs should ask the operator, hey, would you record this? Because my wife is not here, my spouse is not here, my daughter, my son, we do things together, our LLC, and my CPA would like to also know I cannot commit anything to you right now. Would you record this? This is so important that you record,
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
watch it again, that presentation from the sponsor, whatever, and then share that same thing with your CPA, attorney, and everybody. They may take a little bit time to go through it, but you want to be doubly, triply
Ask that
sure.
they do. Ask that they do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I can't speak for a lot of these syndication operators. That's not really the people I work with. I work with a lot of people who have lent. They do the lending side and they've got
Yeah,
bad borrowers. And I see a lot of bad borrowers. But
yeah.
I hear stories of operators who are doing capital calls that are not paying
Mhm.
or whatever. And there's a time for a capital call when the property really needs it. I know you've done them, Vinny, when it's been very
Mhm.
intentional and very intelligent,
Yes, yes.
but there's a
Mhm.
plan, there's an exit. And when so I'll just say this for all, this is syndications and debt partners, borrowers. If they can't map out how your money comes back, that's very scary. If it's, oh, one day mysterious, no, there's got to be a plan for it. Because who has your money comes down to great operators, great borrowers, great operators, great GPs. So if we
Mhm.
were to go deeper into this just a little bit more, Vinney Chopra has seen money at degrees that most people can never even dream of. Like, you've moved other people's money, let's call it, and like private sector, other people's money in the LP space, up to $220 million, the most you had at one time of other people's money that you were actively earning for them. And your
Mhm.
average, and you've never told me this, but I think your average that you've paid out to investors is a
18
is
to
plus.
26%, 18 to 20% per year.
Cool.
Now the
I was gonna
deals
say
are
more than
not that
20%.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
more than 20, more than 20, like
And I'm talking
doubling
about
the
over the last
money.
15 years, the last 15
Yes,
years of doing
yes,
this, because some of your returns have
yes.
been 35%, 60%, some of them have been
Way
insane.
high. Yeah,
But let's
yeah,
call it between 18 and 27.
yeah,
That
totally.
is as a phenomenal track record. So you have
It
had other
is.
people's money. So there's
Yes.
been a lot of people out there, let's call it 220 million worth, that have said, Vinney has my money. Vinney pays me, right? Vinney pays me monthly. Vinney pays me quarterly. Vinney pays me annually. Vinney pays me every 3 to 5 years. I get this big chunk.
Yes.
What's it like having other people's money? Because a lot of people are like,
You
oh,
know,
they're looking for more.
It's
What is it like being the person
very,
who provides and pays and says, hey, I
it's
got
a
you, I
big
got you.
burden. It's a very
It
big
can be.
burden.
It
Let me
can be.
tell you that. It's not only I was on the loans of 400 some million or whatever. That's a lot of shoulder loan. And then you have the investors' money of 220 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. But the exciting thing is that you underwrite well and you operate correctly and you exit as you plan. You don't hit all out of the ballpark. Certain one deal, I think I gave 8.5% totally per year, which was not bad. Average stock market gives about that much. But then the key thing is you got to follow your plan, your systems, and make sure it's not what you buy, what you
Was
do.
that a
after
multifamily
you
deal,
buy.
Vinny?
Yeah, that was a
asking.
multifamily.
That was a multifamily
Yes.
deal. That was right when they were
Multifamily,
starting
San
squeezed, compressed.
Antonio.
It wasn't.
Yes,
That's
found
important to
that the
recognize.
sewer lines
You're in
were
hospitality
broken.
now.
Sewer
Yeah.
lines were broken. That's what the deal. I still remember 74 units in
You've
Alamo
broken this one
Heights.
down for me before.
I think I did. I think I did. Yeah.
But
You
you
know,
still, even in a bad deal, that's actually proof. A great operator, even in the bad deal and a deal that's
Yeah.
gone sideways every way you can, all the pipes need to be replaced, which
Yes,
nobody
yes.
accounts for.
Yes,
You still
yes,
paid your
yes.
investors 8%. You still got
8%.
them all their money back.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
operators right now who are not.
And my
doing that.
investors were attorneys. All
Yeah.
the group of attorneys who invested in that team too. They were all friends. But they were so happy that we'll meet every 2 weeks, not quarterly, every 2 weeks, give them updates, what we are doing.
When things get
everything.
tough, that's a tip, right? When
Mhm.
things get tough, start getting deeper connection, deeper
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we've delved quite a bit into the passive side of things. Like here's passive income. Who has my money passive wise? But there's also other layers of passive income.
Hi friends, this is Vinney Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey Vinney, what are these over here? You know, I wrote this book a few years back, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon, very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening, 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children, and the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. Printed means digital if you can't afford it, but I would highly recommend for you to get these or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really, educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education.
You as an operator, as somebody who's managing large teams or managing partners who manage large teams, you have 4 layers of gold. And you talk about it often, you've said it many times, but this is the principle that really comes into play. What are the 4 layers? What are the 4 steps or levels of gold for Vinney Chopra? Who has your money at the different levels?
I would say the number one are the residents of the multifamily, travelers in my hotels, seniors in my senior livings, and buyers who have bought my developments and things like that. So they are the number one. They are gold. We need to treat them as gold. The number 2, I say, are my LP and GP partners who bring the money in down payments and closing costs and everything and invest with me and partner with me, they are gold. So my LPs and GPs are gold. My third are my team members. These could be the companies who operate now. I used to have my own operational companies, 158 people I had on payroll every 2 weeks for many years. And we managed all our multifamilies in-house vertically, but not now because we have sold so much portfolio. It doesn't make sense. So we work with third-party top operators and we manage the managers, it's called. So those are my gold, the team of people who are in the front desk of my hotels or senior living in the business centers right there, or in apartments, the leasing office and the community managers, all of them. So they are my third gold right there, because if they don't give the right product, everything goes downhill, see? So number one, residents. Number two, LPs, GPs with me. Number three are the vendors. Then number four are my partners, the brokers. The brokers, the loan brokers, the property brokers, the network I have built, my contractors, my GCs, all of them are gold. And then come Vinney Chopra and family and my company and everything. So we are at the bottom of, we are gold, because if we don't perform, nothing up the line takes into shape what we want them to.
And why is it seems obvious? It seems obviously why the customers, that when you first talk about the step one of your gold, that's
Yeah.
money. They're paying you every month. That's obvious to me.
Yes.
The LPs, the banks, the lenders,
Yes.
the LPs, these
Yes.
passive investors, why
Yes.
are they gold? Why are they
Oh.
gold? And why do they come before your staff?
Oh my gosh, if they don't give us the money, the leverage, nothing happens. Hold on. Even the top gold residents will never have residences in my apartment complexes and hotels unless we buy them. So lending is so important. The piece of the puzzle is the senior debt or bridge debt. If it's unstabilized, if it's stabilized and cash flowing, then of course Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, CMBS, all these. But then there is that leverage, 70% they give or 80% they give or 60% they give. Then I have the down payment and the closing costs and legal fees and everything along with my money, my skin in the game, which I do put, my partners put 10% always in our deals ourselves. So we are putting our money to also work with us, 10% LP in the deals I'm doing now. So that way we have skin in the game. That's the beauty of it. So we have to have the LPs and GPs and the lender to buy the deal. If we don't buy the deal, residents are not there. And then below, the people in the front, my team members, my property management companies have no job.
No job. It's funny because it seems obvious to you and me now. Like for me
Yeah.
now, it seems obvious. But a year ago, if you told me that, I would have been like, wait, you put the investors and the lenders before you put your staff, because the staff does all the
Yes.
work. But I have found that if I tell my tenants that I need to pay my mortgage, they don't care. But I
No.
have found that if I tell my staff that I need to
Mhm.
pay my mortgage, they'll bust their ass to make it work. Now,
Yeah.
if I tell my lender that my tenants haven't paid me, they don't care. But if I tell my lender I need to pay my vendors, there's a draw for me. And I'm like, I'm
You're
realizing the
gonna
money flows
making
in
me
this
think.
direction.
Hold on. I think maybe there might be something to talk about. I'll ask ChatGPT today. The key thing
But
is,
I'm
you're
I'm
right.
listening to you and I'm saying the money flows where the caring is, where people care, where people feel responsible,
Yeah.
and if you can pay attention to that, you will have more money
I
because it
would
flows
say by
naturally in
putting the
direction.
res I would say by putting the residents on the top, that can only come about by delighting them, making sure
Yes.
their service orders are taken care of, make sure our website is good, make sure the leasing people are doing great job. So I think the money comes from the residents. That's
Yes.
why I put them on the top. Our staff salary and bonuses and commissions come from the residents' revenue. That's why I think I put them on the top, because everything flows from their money, revenues
Yeah.
down to pay the lenders and the GPs and the LPs and pay our staff and the all those. Maybe
And
I don't know.
this explains literally why private lenders, private partners, and by banks feel
Yes.
better about buildings that have occupancy, feel better about
Yes.
buildings that have been stable for longer.
Right.
It's because
Yes.
it's showing a
Yes.
happy customer. A
You
happy
got it.
customer
You
for a
got
longer
it.
period of time, a customer that pays more for a longer period of time, is a sign of proof that
Proof. Yeah.
customer delight is happening. And that makes banks and partners feel more comfortable. This is fantastic, Vinny. I absolutely, because anytime you have a big project, people are like, I don't know if I want to lend on that. I'll charge you more. Or I don't know if I want to be a part of that. There's a lot of risk. You
Yes.
eliminate the risk by having satisfied customers. It ties a lot of things I've been working on in my
Serving,
head together.
serving
Thank you.
others,
Serving others.
serving others, serving the residents,
Serving more
their
people,
goal,
because there are more
serving more
residents than
people.
there are lenders. Yes, there are
That's
more
right.
residents than there are passive LP partners. You
Passive,
may have 20
yes,
LPs, but you may have
yes,
2,000 tenants. You may have
exactly.
20,000 customers through your hotel in a
Totally,
year.
totally.
Okay.
Wow, I'm so glad we had this discussion. This just
Yeah, I'm
even,
learning. I'm learning as we're going. So one of the big
but you
things
know,
that you're
we
doing in
should talk about
2026, yep,
we
is
should
goals.
talk about mindset and goal
Yes.
setting. I am a big believer of that. Things don't happen by chance. I always say that you've got to write down. People I talk to, they say, "Oh, I've got goal in my mind." If you have in your mind, and your mind just fluctuates up and down, it's conscious, subconscious every day, depending on the mood and the time and the day and the outside weather, we got to pin down our goals. What accomplishments we had in 2025 and what we're going to do in 2026. If we go to a bowling alley, I always say that, and you didn't see the pins where they are, they're not all pins there, but there is a curtain in the front, and we just have one pin down there, and we ask them ourselves, hey, drop the ball, but you don't know where that pin is, you're not going to hit it. So that's
Yep.
the same thing, analogy in goal setting. We got to really have very specific, very vivid goals written down with timelines. Dreams are there. Everybody dreams about everything. Do you want to make life interesting or committed? I talk about. That's what Ed Milet was. I was listening to one of his show. He said people who get farther in life, they are committed to their goals. They're not interested. They're not just interested, I might hit that goal. No. Are you interested or are you committed? Is the word. I want to do a little write up on it and really set that stage. How important it is to get committed and have the burning desire to achieve those goals with timelines. Every week timeline. We need to go through those things to accomplish them faster, quicker, and so forth.
Vinney Chopra. There is something that's been truer and truer the longer I've been in this business that I find is many people have dreams, very few set goals, and then those who do, even fewer, hold those goals to a ridiculous deadline and will not push the deadline. They make the closing happen, they make the deals happen. You,
Yes.
at the end of the year, two and a
Yes.
half weeks left, have just put something under agreement to purchase in 2026. You are already lining up your
$26
2026
million deals.
activities
$26
now.
million. We just closed on one yesterday, and we have one accepted last Friday. We have four more hotels on the books. They are bank owned. They are all off market. It's just amazing when you start dreaming and thinking those kind of things so concretely, things starts to happen. It takes
I
time.
have to confess, I just posted yesterday that we're back in negotiations, but we're about to sign an offer for a 38 unit that I just found out about Friday, walked on Tuesday, and we are at the point of we're just piddly negotiations with the seller financing component. We're going to close this by the 19th. So in a 2-week period, we will close on a property that is 38 units in Cleveland, so not too far, easy to manage.
Love
50%
it.
occupancy.
Love it.
So we got an uphill battle with it, but that is, I didn't expect to, Vinny. I said I'm done. I bought 3 things. I'm done. Next year we'll start. We got 144 units under agreement for March, and I'm very satisfied. But I'm not going to stop saying yes, because Vinney Chopra said keep submitting offers. If you can do it. This has been my best year, Vinny, because of 3 years of podcasting with you, 3 years of doing these wealth principles. I can't speak to you and not go implement. I have to. I get off the call, and even now as we're speaking, I'm like, I got to document what we just talked about, because that is fine. It's relevant to why my staff needs to know how important the residents are and providing these little things to them, because that's how we get to the next level. So
that's right.
You do a goal training. I know you start doing it around this time of the year and in January. Your mastermind, if someone wanted to jump into your mastermind for free, I know you give them 4 sessions for free on Wednesdays, 4 p.m., 7 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. your time.
Yep.
What is the easiest way a person can get access to that link?
VinnyZoom.com. Vinny's VINNEYS Zoom.com. Or if you don't put S even, just VinnyZoom.com. You'll come to my quickly right there. So please do come, because we talk about all the masterminding inner circle is about raising money. How can we get LPs, GPs involved, and how to find deals, all kind of deals. I know multifamily has been tough, but for many, for the Gualter and many of my students, it's been fabulous, because if some turmoil is there, some distressed assets are there, it's the perfect time to buy them. So please come on over. Yeah.
Absolutely. You've heard it here. Vinney Chopra is still teaching. He's 73 years young, is going to continue growing. And it sounds like another $26 million just locked down for 2026. Ladies and gents, you go to VinnyChopra.com/events. If you want to see some of the other events he's training, they don't start. He's finished for the year. They start again in January. And then if you're interested in learning more about the 52 Wealth Principles, you go to ibuildmillionaires.com on Saturday at 10 a.m. PST, 7 a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. EST, 7 a.m. PST. You can jump in and learn what those 52 principles are, and we're going to dive into this one a little bit deeper. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. Christmas is coming up. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Thank you, Brother Gualter. And thank you, everybody, for taking the time to be with us. Please share, comment, and give positive reviews, and also pass on this episode right to your friends and family and other people who could really get something out of this one. Remember, you can control your destiny. You can control your best year, 2026, if you put more time and effort in education, in learning, in diversifying, all those things, because passively living this life is not that good. Actively living this life is the best way to live. Here's to your success. See you in the next episode.
Dear friends, this is Vinney Chopra. I am so glad you're listening to the episode. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Please share it with others who can really benefit also. Can I ask you a favor? Just a small favor. Less than a minute, if you could give 5-star reviews on iTunes or Stitcher, that'll go a long way. We are one of the top podcasts in real estate now in the nation, but it will really help a lot if you gave 5-star reviews, and we'll bring a lot more great content for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, and see you in the next episode. God bless you. Bye-bye. Wow, what an incredible conversation today. I hope you got tons of value from this episode. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and follow me on social media to stay updated on all the things real estate, investing, abundance mindset, and wealth creation. If you're an accredited investor looking for exclusive investment opportunities, be sure to join our elite Monil Investors Club at VinnyChopra.com/invest, where we share details of our future projects. Quick disclaimer, we are not selling any securities, and this podcast is strictly for educational and information purposes only. The opinions shared by our guests are their own and should not be considered financial or investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, keep smiling, keep investing, and keep making a massive impact. God bless you.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinney Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.